Practice like you've never won and perform like you've never lost. This next session is going to have you on the edge of your seats as we talk about enterprising traditional arts to keep heritage alive. The moderator we have with us today, Prachi Gambhir Datta, has been working to revive and rejuvenate the love for classical arts among young parents and children as the founder of Kalakar Collective Trust. The Kalakar Collective Academy has about 200 students imbibing and learning the Indian traditional music, dance forms, and theatre in Gurugram under various programs. Next is Mr. Ajit Bhatt. Ajit is an extremely skilled puppeteer hailing from the Kathputli colony, which is the puppeteers colony in New Delhi, a magical colony with over just 3,000 families of puppeteers, magicians, acrobats, singers, dancers, and many more talented people. His creativity precedes his humble life and is sure to mesmerize people with his skills. We have Dr. Sanjay Kumar. He is the founding president and artistic director of the Pandis Theatre and an associate professor of English at the Hansraj College, University of Delhi. He is also the curator at Studio 81, a performance space for upcoming artists in India. Join me in welcoming Pooja Ratnakar, who is the 5th presenter at the December Lopez Design Forum. If you ask Pooja what she does, she likes to describe herself as an avid traveler, painter, and a writer. An NIFT alumnus, the traditional art and craft form of India are very close to her heart. Pooja is an avid advocate for creating awareness and preserving these critical ancient practices. Her cultural roots are very strong, and this journey began with her sister many years ago when she started working towards creating livelihood for the rural artisan community, especially in Orissa and West Bengal. Next on the panel, I have Pandit Gaurav Mazumdar, a man who needs no introduction. He is one of the most sought after and versatile musicians today. His performances and his work are widely acclaimed and appreciated by audience at various music festivals and venues across the globe. Gaurav sir's collaboration with a wide range of artists from varied genres of music and dance demonstrate his versatility and genius, and he has acquired a unique place for himself in the field of Indian and world music. Also, we have today Vani Pava Bhala. She's a dancer, a wellness entrepreneur coach, a columnist, a speaker, and who dons multiple hands and straddles her diverse roles with consummate ease and her in-depth commitment. Vani was initiated to dance at a very young age, initially in Bharatnatyam and subsequently in Mohiniyattam. She is the senior most disciple of Guru Padma Shri Srimati Bharati Shivaji and has been a student of Mohiniyattam from the time it was being resurrected by her Guru. In these years of intense training in both technique, fundamentals, and nuances of the style, Vani imbibed the essence of the dance form.
Let me introduce Gaurav Dada to you. I had the pleasure of meeting him. Of course, I knew about him, but I had the pleasure of meeting him only a year and a half ago. And since then, both of us, Gaurav Dada is teaching with us. He's a super musician, a sitarist, a vocalist. Well, name it, he does it. Composer. So, sir, the Ramayan series, the opening, this thing, it's been done by Panditji over here.
Wow.
So he, and even episode 2 and episode 3, the entire music has been done by Panditji. He composed the entire track sitting in his drawing room in 3 hours.
Lovely.
That's great. Lovely.
Yeah. Sara, namaskar, कैसे हैं?
नमस्कार
सब ठीक?
जी, सब ठीक है, सब बढ़िया है।
दिल्ली
सबको
आ
मेरा
गए
नमस्कार
वापस?
जी। अभी दिल्ली में ही हूँ मैं।
चलिए, वेरी नाइस। तो अजीत भाई is a puppeteer, a muppeteer, a string puppeteer, muppeteer, puppeteer, matlab name it. He's traveled the world with his puppets, and we have been collaborating with him now for the past 3 years. We've the school that we used to work with before the pandemic, we we both of us collaborated and created an entire folk festival for little children.
Nice.
And there were Muppets and puppets and folk songs and folk musicians, folk stories, and all that is Ajit Ji's forte. And right now he's been converting the Panchatantra tale into Muppetry, and we've been putting that up on Kalakar Collective and doing regular shows for children. So it's been
Very
a
interesting.
great past 6 months of working together. And Pooja here is what should I say? She's amazing. Yeah, this lady. What she's done to Indian folk art, I don't think any one of us could even have. We could not have even thought of it. She has made complicated stuff like Worli painting, Fud paintings, Patua paintings, and translated them into DIY kits for small children. So all these are sold as educational kits, and the kids just have to take out the material, paint, read about it, and they do storytelling and everything along with it. And the
Very
children, and it just makes the entire folk art traditions and its heritage and stories and culture so relevant to children and the young people. More than half the times, I think, Pooja, it's also for the adults, right? Even they don't know where it's from.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so the whole process, we end up learning so much. I think for every product that we work on, there's so much of research and learning that goes along with it, and I think that's what keeps us going.
Yeah, I guess that's what keeps all of us going. So, as I was writing to you, there are no introductions. This was just, and of course, oh, I forgot, sorry, Vani. Vani is my senior from school and also a fabulous Mohiniyattam dancer. She's a cancer therapy specialist, correct, Vani? Correct.
Cancer exercise specialist
Cancer
and
exercise
a rehab specialist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a rehab
Oh,
specialist.
wonderful.
And Vani's been using dance to reach out and connect through to therapy and for corporate sessions and everything. Mindfulness in dance is something that we are working on right now, and she's working on it. And Sad, you saw the 5th episode and you really liked it. That was Vani.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
All right. That's lovely.
Thank you.
And the most awesome thing is that most everybody over here has been a part of the Ramayana series. So, yes.
So let's start.
Yeah,
Shall we?
absolutely.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I think the question goes out to everyone, but we'll take it one by one. And since all of us come from diverse art forms, making it enterprising in today's scenario, in this new normal, is what we are discussing. How has this pandemic, how have been last months? We'll start with
Almost trying to be 8 months now. Not 6 months, not 7 months, 8 months. Exactly early March, when I was ready to leave for my trip to France. When I got the news that because of Corona, things are looking a bit, difficult, and we might have to postpone it, not cancel. That's what I was told first. And then at that point, really, I think not just me, everybody just took this to be another virus, like Ebola or like SARS or like so many things, that it will come and it will go and it will really not affect our lives. But then over a period of, I think it took a month, we realized that we have something very big here. And thankfully, I realized it pretty soon that we are in for a change. And I think within couple of weeks, I basically reinvented myself in terms of how I connect with the rest of the world without traveling. which is what I do the whole year, going from one place to another. And I realized that I have to stay connected through the internet and
So your biggest thing has been to stay connected with your audience all across the world, even now.
it's not just my audience, it's to be connected to the world, connected to my friends, connected to my people who listen to me, or to everybody. And most important, which I would love to say here, is that make sure that my work continues, because at the end of the day I have to run my family. I have to make sure that, so I had to do a lot of juggling, and I had to do a lot of thinking, and I had to do a lot of, and I was able to do it. So initially I did just a few, not too many, but I did just a few online concerts from home. And initially it was criticized a bit that I was doing it free when it should be paid, and online portal is really not the place, because you want to come face to face with a musician to listen to a concert.
So can I interrupt you for a second, Dada? So when you say criticized, you were criticized by the artist community or by the audiences?
Audiences loved it, because people who were waiting for my concerts, they really loved the possibility that they could hear me. I did a couple of workshops with my students globally. I did a couple of workshops also where people would come close to me and talk. So they were very happy. But artist community, largely, they were very critical about it. And usually I don't react in such circumstances. I just do what I think is right, and I let my work speak for myself. But there was one interview I still remember, which was taken by a dancer in Delhi. She spoke to me about it at length, and she asked me, not really so blatantly, but she did ask that, do you think that your what you are doing is going to affect the music world in a negative way, because you are giving it out for free? If we can mute the other people would be better, because there's a lot of sound here.
Yeah, just hold on a second. अजीत जी, आपके पीछे बहुत आवाज आ रहा है. थोड़ा आप ना
Because
कैमरा ऑन करके
it
म्यूट
takes me
कर
away
लीजिए.
from my thought process, and
Just a minute. Sorry.
yeah.
कैमरा ऑन कर लीजिए अजीत भाई, नहीं तो आपकी शक्ल तो दिखाई
और
नहीं देगी.
म्यूट कर दीजिए, बहुत आवाज आ रहा है इधर.
हाँ.
म्यूट कर दीजिए.
जब मैं आपको बोलूंगी तब आप ऑन कर लेना, है ना? ठीक है.
So no, that's okay. So without being too vocal about it and speak, but I did that one interview. I still remember I spoke about it, that look, we speak of music as primarily, when musicians talk, we say we are doing seva. We are making people happy through music. Our primary goal is to give music to everybody and make music accessible for everybody, and most important, that we are giving a lot of pleasure and happiness. Money really doesn't come in the initial stages. Money comes in later, when that becomes also a profession. But right now, when everybody is going through a crunch, and I think within a span of 2-3 months, people started losing their jobs. There were people who could not work from home. People didn't know what to do. So there was a lot of things going on. And the message I got, the larger message within me, when I close my eyes, when I meditate, and when I think that, okay, this is what I'm going to do, is it right or wrong? The message I got is that, yes, I need to reach out right now through my music, because this is which is going to give people happiness. This is what is going to give people strength, and I need to do it. And so money doesn't really come in there. Because who am I asking for money? These are people who have lost their jobs. These are people who have no source of income. And these are people, they will get a little bit of pleasure in this dark time, when we really don't know how long this thing is going to stay. At that moment also, March, April, May, we still thought that, okay, we are fighting this will go. So let's see what we can do to sustain the next few months. Nobody knew that this guy is here to stay maybe for a long time, you know, which I realize now. So I did those concerts and I felt really good about it. And then sooner people started offering me concerts, and there were a lot of work which I was supposed to do in auditoriums. I did it from I equipped my music room. I have luckily a very good music room. I equipped myself so that whatever I give can be of a good standard, can be professional. Of course, I do realize there is a limitation when you talk of Zoom or StreamYard.
That's exactly what I wanted to talk about. And in
Yes.
fact, if you allow me, I want to shift
Of
the
course.
discussion to
Of
Sanjay
course.
sir.
Of course.
Sanjay sir, has the pandemic been a limitation for theatre?
It started as a limitation, but it's actually been a blessing in a sense. Because what has happened is we've been able to connect with Pandy's members from all across the world. Prachi of course knows, but just a very quick thing. See, like the tradition that I come from is an activist political tradition, right? We are left, we are feminist in a world where these two words have become terribly out of fashion. In fact, become synonyms for a lot of muck, right? And the first couple of months we were quiet. And then we just started on Zoom and said, "Kahani sunate hain." Okay, right? So we started sharing our stories. And suddenly people sitting in US, people sitting in Philippines, right? People sitting in England, one person from Australia. We suddenly had a lot of people joining in, and they were all Pandy's members. Okay, my screen was showing me faces which I haven't seen together at least for 2 decades now, right? And from that's where we started. We said, why don't we create something, right? Okay, we have a tradition. It's not as if these traditions are not there. Okay, unfortunately, the dominant song is always a song of victory, right? We always forget the songs of those who did not win. And that's what we tried to do, to look back at the early 20th century, right? 20s, 30s, and come up with plays, Western tradition, because I'm more familiar with that, right? Come up with plays which are proto-feminist, right? Which are proto-anti-fascist. We took up 2 plays, okay? First one, as Gaurav was just saying, we also put it out free. Okay. Second time, we ticketed it, right? Both shows went off very well. And of course, in terms of the tech, we went a step beyond. And we also tried, we said like a lot of theater groups are doing one thing. They're picking up old video recordings and putting them on and charging for it. We're not going to cheat. We're actually going to have a live performance. Okay. So there's a cast of 17 people, each in their own parts in various parts of the world, right? And we are connecting. We have
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Pandy's has already put up 2 live shows on air since the pandemic.
Absolutely right. Absolutely
and with the entire process of what involves a live show, correct?
Absolutely right. We've done Clifford Odeh's Till the Day I Die, which is probably the first anti-fascist play which staged in America. And we've done Sophie Treadwell's Mackinac, which is the prototype of the feminist play. Right? In fact, it was so feminist that people saw it as being just the opposite. And it's only in the last 20, 30 years that a whole lot of appreciation of this has come, of this being the precursor of a whole lot of lesbian theater and a whole lot of, anti-misogyny theater of the 50s and 60s, right? We're looking now, I am looking now, as we say, I haven't really put it before the group about Nabanna. I have a couple of English translations with me. So I'm trying to sort of see whether that becomes a possibility, right? Because that's one of the most virulent early plays within the Indian tradition, which really shakes it up. Okay, but I'd just like to conclude with what we are trying to do, and I'm shameless enough, as Prachi would know, to take your help in it, right? There are 3 sectors we're working in. We're working with Afghan refugees. We're working with victims of domestic violence at a shelter, at the Shalini shelter, and we've been working with siblings of the kids who were slaughtered brutally, Nithari village.
All this is online, Sanjay sir.
Everything is going to be online. We are getting about 5 or 6 stories from each of these sectors, right? Okay, and putting them together online on the 29th of November. And I'm looking to collect up anything between 1 to 1.5 lakhs to be distributed among the storytellers. These are 3 sectors: the refugee sector, the domestic violence. I was horrified 2 months down the lockdown when I heard what is happening at the level of domestic violence. Okay, because there was no redressal, there was no cops, there was no nothing. Okay, right? There was no booze in the house. Okay, so the only high is beat her up. You know, I was amazed, right? Okay, and the refugee crisis, because India is a very strange country. I mean, you know, like we have all refugees are legal and illegal. It's like we live in the gray zone. It's not really a time to go into the whole issue of the laws around the refugees in India. But three sectors that are down, okay, right? That are excellent artists, singers, storytellers. Okay, we're bringing the stories on. And we're going to go on a donation drive and we're going to involve people of audience in the act of distribution.
I'm quite looking forward to this one, sir. But sir,
29
I want to
November.
ask you something. You know, the entire process of theater has been so traditional. You meet, you connect, you talk, we go through scripts, we rehearse together. This could not happen this time as a traditional form. How did it affect everyone? How did it affect the performances, the actors? How did it affect you as a director?
You know, see, what we did was a lot of work happened independently. Like two people scenes being rehearsed, right? Between two people for a while, till, and it was not just I as a director. We had a very able tech unit, right? Shilpi is a national award winner in documentary making, very young. Udit, we had some excellent videographers, right, and documentary makers, right? So this whole thing, you know what, as Prachi was saying, light on your face. Okay, I immediately remembered. I had been told by Shilpi, अगर मुंह पे light नहीं आई ठीक से, तो मैं video off कर दूंगी. Right? So मैंने पढ़ say, this is the light that I normally have when I'm interacting with the audience at the end of the play, right? And I think every feature of my nondescript face is fairly clear, and nobody can miss anything of what I'm saying. Yeah. So we got that together, but you know, Prachi, it took more work. It took more individual work. Finding slots, finding time was difficult. I mean, after all, like our protagonist of Mackinnon was sitting in the US. Okay, right? And that's a 10.5 hours gap. So, you know, the result was either she was sitting from 1:30 a.m. to 3 a.m. one day, and another day, the person that she was working would sit from 1:30 a.m. to 3 a.m. Because एक को तो जागना पड़ेगा रात को, दोनों का तो हो नहीं सकता जब 10.5 घंटे का there's a time gap. So, you know, but I also must say that it put a lot of tension yet. Yeah. But it worked well too. And what I'm glad is that there's because, you know, in a sense, the pandemic has put us at the edge of the seat, right? So the kind of sharpness, and particularly with the second play, Mackinnon, the kind of political sharpness that came up, it's like an arrow, you know, searing through you, right? Watching that play is 2 hours and a quarter, right? And I was very, very happy to see, okay, a couple of people dropped out in the first half an hour, okay? But then, till the time the discussion started, there was not a single dropout in the 3 shows that we did in Mackinnon.
And you had audience on a global level.
Absolutely right.
So Dada and you both agree that Gaurav Dada and you agree that both of you have had a better reach on during the pandemic than you had earlier. Of course, Dada, that will not go true for you, but online, yes, you did manage to reach out to the entire world, correct?
I managed to reach out. I won't say better, or I won't say more because I travel globally. But yes, I did reach out, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful to reinvent and start thinking that yes, we can still do it.
So there
was
are
a positive feeling.
Yeah, the ladies over here. I'm sorry I did not start with you. I thought Gaurav Dada was must have been really sleepy. Let's wake him up a little bit. It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
I had my coffee already. I had my coffee already. I'm wide awake.
But,
yeah.
But now that the ladies are going to take the floor, then I think everybody else can just sit back and relax, right? So Pooja, let me start with you first. I mean, it is anyway so tough. The work that you're doing is making folk art relevant for children. Anyways, you were traveling school to school, place to place with your kids, marketing them, and suddenly all the physical interaction stopped. Then.
Well, you know, Prachi, interestingly, I think right from the beginning when we started this whole concept of preserving our, our cultural heritage through children, which I feel is the best way to preserve heritage by teaching children, by teaching the next generation about it. So we have always focused on DIY because we also realize that parents don't have time. They already have so much on their on their plate, shuffling children from one class to the other class, to the music, or badminton or gym or whatever. So then we realize that parents do not. It's foolish to expect parents to sit with kids and tell them about the different folk arts that we've had, and also try and pass on the traditional wisdom which used to be a part of our daily lives. We've never ever had to teach children about about the daily rituals. For example, rangoli jo lagate the little things, the way
Because
food
everything had
was,
a science and logic to it, which I think we've lost.
Yeah,
Down the
exactly.
ages. The
So-
science and
so-
logic has been forgotten. Just the ritual remains, which really
Exactly.
doesn't make sense to anyone. So nobody wants to follow it.
Exactly. And now I think with the next generation, the good thing is that they always have a question. The first thing they ask is, okay, why are we doing this? Till they don't know, till they don't understand why we are doing it, they would not even move an inch forward. So when we started, we realized this limitation, and we focused on DIY kits. So kids do not have to, so we reach out to the kids directly, not through parents, not through schools, not through teachers. We said, okay, let's not depend on someone to take it to spread the knowledge. Let's reach out to the children directly. So when we design, when we research and design these educational kits for children, we ensure. So we actually break it down. We deconstruct these complexities of our art forms. We basically bring it down to their level of a child's understanding. And the beauty is that our traditional art forms are so childlike that children, and also the other factor that every child, irrespective of which background, which ethnicity, financially, from a good or a poor background, every child loves color. Every child loves to color. And the whole process, if we bring to them our traditional, our Indian folk arts, Indian traditional arts, they would just learn about it. And it's not about, we're not trying to make them great artists, or we're just telling them about the traditional wisdom that we are losing out. We are telling them about why things were done the way they were done. For example, we also teach children about, we have kits on vernacular architecture. We have kits on crafts. We have kits on costumes of India. We are doing a series of kits on dances of India. These are all interactive.
Even the rivers of India, if I remember right.
The
rivers of India. And very interesting.
So the whole idea basically is to make learning fun, and bring to them what we are losing out. Make it interesting. So question. So if a child just goes past, drives down and sees a hut in, say, Gujarat, so a child shouldn't jump to the conclusion that, oh, poor thing, he doesn't have money to build a concrete house. No, that's not the fact. There's a lot of wisdom that comes in, that goes with the house, that a bonga hut that a person is living in. So they start questioning the traditional wisdom that we've inherited, and we're losing out. So anyway, coming back to the point of how we've done this during the lockdown period, I think it's been, well, personally, it was a initial, I think, like we all went through, initial first month was a great time. I think everyone was rediscovering things about things that we hadn't done. Professionally, yes, in times the first 2 months were a little difficult, but I think once the online format opened up, and we were able to sort of start sending the products to people, to children, I think we've had absolutely phenomenal response. I think also parents definitely needed something for kids to keep the kids busy at home. There's too much of screen time. So I think we
Our
our
parents
products
not used
offered
to
a
having
very
children
good
at home
solution.
for so long time.
Yeah, I think our products offered a very good solution for the parents to keep the kids busy constructively, doing good things. You know, no reducing screen time, and the kids and the parents didn't have to be involved in in these exercises or the worksheets. So from that aspect, I think we did very well, and also I think in terms of the other very big advantage of the lockdown for us, I think we literally converted it into an opportunity. We decided, let's convert. We can't change the situation. Let's do the best that we can within within the limitations that we have. And we realized that one of the biggest issues that we used to have earlier of doing workshops was the artists to come down, the costs that were involved. A lot of schools would not be able to pay the costs, and I think suddenly we could do workshops with children sitting. Of course, it had its own a negative impact also, but I think the positives were much more than the I would say the negatives. We were able to do many workshops. We had never ever done so many workshops that we've done in the last 4-5 months.
Okay,
We had never, we were a completely offline organization, totally offline. We didn't have a website till April this year. We didn't have any Instagram or whatever social media till April. So everything happened post April, when we realized, okay, now, we've got to get going. So we had no option but to learn learn to use technology. So I think that's been a very, very good I think advantage for us. We are now making the best use of technology in fulfilling our vision and the aim of what we are doing. And I think the good thing is that we've already started it. So there are 2 exhibitions that have started. Dastakar has started already. So we are happy we are there as well. So now I think in the times to come, it's been a learning experience, and we've learned I think we've learned something that we've been avoiding for such a long time. We were pushed behind, against the wall. So we should have learned this much earlier. But for the craft sector, coming to the craft sector where we largely work, I think craft sectors really, really suffered very badly with the pandemic. I think the artisans have I think that our biggest bottleneck has been technology. लोगों के पास phones भी नहीं है. They don't even have smartphones. Forget about selling online. They have no markets. They're losing out their livelihoods. So we did a diagnostic in the month of April, May, and we reached out to about 2 lakh artisans across country, and we realized that they had stocks worth 150 crores lying with them, which they had made for the festive season to be sold. So just as an offshoot, we also started, apart from Potli, we started a movement which has become a pan-India movement, a completely voluntary movement. And as we speak, there are I think we've had about 500 people join the movement.
Wow.
And we are working with artisans one-on-one across India, giving them digital, sort of enabling them, connecting them, hand-holding them. So craft sector has been very, very
I completely agree with you. And Vani, if you will allow, I would like to take the question to Ajit Bhai over here. Ajit Bhai, आपको वहीं रहते हैं कठपुतली कॉलोनी में, वहीं आसपास के लोगों सारे ही आर्टिसंस हैं, सारे स्ट्रीट और नॉर्मल ऐसे स्टेज छोटे छोटे परफॉर्मेंसेस, बर्थडेज वगैरह, इससे भी उनकी पूरी साल की कमाई होती थी, स्कूल चलता था, सब कुछ होता था. अभी जैसे आपने मुझे पहले भी बताया है कि अभी हालात बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं है.
हाँ, अभी हालात बिल्कुल बद से बदतर हो गए अभी क्योंकि सब लोग रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में रोज काम पर जाकर ही अपने घर का चूल्हा जलाते थे. बट इस टाइम ऐसा हुआ है कि पहले तो ये हो गया कि आप किसी के पास जा ही नहीं सकते अब तो, और हमारा काम है कि हम लोग लोगों के पास जाते हैं तो हमारा घर चलता है, क्योंकि हमारा कुछ ऐसा काम है नहीं कि हम लोग ऑनलाइन कुछ कर ले और लोग देख देख पाए, तो वो सिस्टम भी नहीं है लोगों के पास। जैसा कि मैम ने बोला है कि वाकई में लोगों के पास स्मार्टफोन भी नहीं है अपने आप को बेचने के लिए। आजकल तो बेचने का तरीका भी अलग हो गया है कि आपके पास स्मार्टफोन है तो आप एक छोटा सा वीडियो करके डाल दोगे तो लोग देखेंगे, और लोग देखेंगे तो आपको बुलाएंगे। अब ये भी प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पर। और उसके साथ साथ ये हो गया कि आर्टिस्ट का तो मतलब घर चलना ही मुश्किल हो गया है अभी, क्योंकि ये जो 6 7 8 महीने निकले हैं बहुत वर्स्ट निकले हैं। ये तो चलिए थोड़ी सी लोगों ने हेल्प कर दी तो लोगों के घर के सच में चूल्हे जले हैं, क्योंकि लोग हेल्पलेस हो गए थे, क्योंकि जितनी भी सेविंग्स आर्टिस्ट कितनी कर पाता है, इतना तो कमा भी नहीं पाता है, और जितना भी कमाता है उसमें से सिर्फ उसका घर चल जाए, उसके लिए वही सबसे बड़ी टास्क होती है कि आज मेरे घर पे रोटी बनी है। कुछ ऐसी सेविंग होती नहीं है और कुछ परमानेंट उनका काम होता नहीं है। वो जाते हैं शो पे पैसा मिलता है और घर पे उनका खाना बनता है।
पर
और
अजीत भाई,
इस
आपने तो हमारे साथ मिलके कल आकार कलेक्टिव के साथ मिलके तब भी काफी कुछ ऑनलाइन कर लिया। उस एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में भी बताइए।
जी। हाँ, उसी पे आता हूँ मैं। हाँ, पहले मैं बता दूं, क्योंकि जो हमारी कम्युनिटी है, ये लोग ऐसे होते हैं कभी लाइफ में अच्छी जिंदगी जिए ये लोग, और सब लोग आर्टिस्ट हैं। हमारे यहाँ छोटा 6 7 8 साल 10 साल का बच्चा भी आपको फॉरेन रिटर्न मिलेगा, क्योंकि सारे आर्टिस्ट हैं।
I know
तो
Ajit
ज्यादातर
ji's daughter is an award-winning artist herself. She is a
जी
puppeteer, award-winning puppeteer herself. जी।
मेरी फैमिली, मेरे फादर है मिस्टर पूरन भाट जी, जो कि नेशनल लेवल के आर्टिस्ट हैं, और काफी काफी लोगों को सिखाते भी हैं। कोई काफी फॉरेनर्स आते हैं सीखने के लिए, और हम भी उनसे सीख रहे हैं। मैं खुद, खैर मैं भी एक टीवी शो में काम करता हूँ जिसका नाम है गली गली सिम सिम करके, जो कि सेसमी स्ट्रीट का हिंदी वर्जन है। तो बस अच्छा खासा चल रहा था, बट ये टाइम ऐसा आया कि सब कुछ उड़ा के ले गया है। अभी ऐसा हो गया कि ना आप किसी से मिल सकते हो, ना आप किसी के पास जा सकते हो, और हमारा काम वही है कि हम लोगों के घर पे जाके उनकी खुशियों में शामिल होते हैं और अपना आर्ट दिखा के पैसा कमाते हैं हम लोग। अभी सब जगहों पे बंद हो गया है काम। अभी बहुत बुरी हालत है सच में लोगों की। लोग इवन मजदूरी तक आ गए लोग, क्योंकि
आप
चलिए
आर्टिस्ट की
राशन,
बात कर रहे हैं।
मैं आर्टिस्ट की बात कर रहा हूँ। आर्टिस्ट मजदूरी पे आ गया, जो कि एक आर्टिस्ट था जो अपना कठपुतली का खेल दिखाकर, जो अपना सिंगिंग करके, जो अपना म्यूजिक प्ले करके अपना रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी चलाता था। ये टाइम ऐसा आया, उसने कभी लाइफ में भी नहीं सोचा कि कभी वो मजदूरी भी करेगा। तो ये टाइम बहुत ही, मतलब आर्टिस्टों के लिए तो बहुत ही बुरा टाइम आया है। लेकिन होपफुली खैर हम थोड़े से अवेयर हैं, तो मैंने भी कलाकार कलेक्टिव के साथ मिलके काफी ऑनलाइन शोज किए। ऑनलाइन शोज में ये हुआ कि काफी हेल्प भी हुआ है और लोगों ने देखा भी है। बट वही है कि सिस्टम ये अच्छा है कि खैर, लेकिन मुझे पता तो मैंने कर लिया। लोगों को नहीं पता है तो वो वही सोचते हैं कि अरे मैं कहाँ से ऑनलाइन करूंगा, मेरे पास तो कोई साधन नहीं है, मैं तो जाता हूँ मजदूरी करने, कम से कम 400 रुपए कमा के लाऊंगा तो मेरा घर चलेगा।
See, so many diverse views on everything. Vani, classical dance must have been the toughest for you to translate onto a screen, in this online thing. If there's so much coordination and everything to be done. You need a stage. How are you dancing without the stage?
So yes, I agree with you. And I think if I were to take example of a recent experience where we have collaborated together for the Ramayana Perform Art series. Now,
Yes.
One, dance needs a physical space. What we call stage has today translated into a physical space. And I'm going to very briefly encapsulate a little bit of the points that I've heard from all the participants here to just present the challenges that we've had with dance. Dance is, as a performing art form, has its own unique set of dimensions, and because of the number of people involved, because of the dynamics and everything. When you said that we are going to do a 20-minute or a 30-minute episode, right? And I watched everybody's episode. And coming back again to that performance, I think you would have realized that even for a 30-minute episode, the quantum of effort that it took for my episode was gargantuan.
Yes.
Okay, we decided that we wanted some music for that, and now to coordinate the musicians, now with the bandwidth, with the Wi-Fi and everything, we wanted a voiceover. The voiceover actually was the easiest part, but we need a rhythm, we need a tune, we need a tal, and with if everybody is sitting in different corners of the world and everybody has their connectivity issues, it is a very frustrating task. But we managed to pull it together. And definitely we broke a lot of sweat, and there was a whole lot of dynamics that we had to encounter pretty much on a every 5-minute basis. Now coming back to the more generic status about dance, and I will also like to touch upon something about what Gaurav said and what about Sanjay ji said, right? Because of the dynamics involved with dance, and every dancer, like every other artist, and like Ajit Bhai also said, that particularly for those who only survive with dance, like any other artist who only survives with art as his profession, even in the best of times, it is a very tough ask for them to be running their households. And now suddenly for them to go and shift to an online format. So I also saw that things went to the other extreme. Fear of being forgotten, fear of becoming irrelevant. We started seeing so many artists come up and present on a daily basis. So what happened as a result of that was that the basic premise of the performing art form, which is an aesthetic sense, which is the rust that you need to invoke in your audience, went flying out of the window. We started seeing performances being done by dancers, musicians, etc., in their bedrooms. Now, I understand that you cannot have access to a stage, but do you realize where I'm going with that? Because the fear of becoming irrelevant has been so high that performing artists have not even bothered to see where they are sitting and performing, not just for dance. Recently, I saw a very established artist give a recital, their instrument. I don't even want to take the name of the instrument because it is a dead giveaway. But yes, I could see a dog's tail wagging in the frame. Now I understand that you're a dog lover, and that is your dog is like your child in the family. But you're not going to have a dog come up on stage when you're going to do this performance, live. So similar understanding and similar attention to detail has not been coming on the online format. Very few people have been able to get the act together. As far as my personal journey is concerned, I was very clear that, look, if I were to actually contrast it with the offline stage, the style of dance that I do, which is Mohiniyattam, in any case, always gets shortchanged because of the audience's preference for the other styles like Bharatanatyam, Odissi, Kathak.
The more popular styles.
The more popular styles. So Mohiniyattam in any case always has a very uphill task. That's another matter, that anybody who sees a Mohiniyattam performance never ever goes back without being avowed by that style, by the sheer grace of that style. So it became very clear to me that given all these logistical nightmares, and with dance, too many things need to be working together. The mridangam, the veena, the edekya, the flute, everything has to gel well with the sound of my feet or any dancer's feet when you're dancing. So it was very evident that I cannot be doing these online performances as rampantly or as openly as I want them to be. That said, a very strange thing has happened, and of which the Ramayana Performance series was a culmination, that, I think people became a little bit more patient because of what they were undergoing on their personal levels. People started coming to me for a change to say that, hey, maybe whatever their objective was must have been very different, but it worked out for me in the end. Maybe they came to me because they thought to themselves, chalo Mohiniyattam bhi karke dekhte hain, because it's a novelty for them. Not because that they were seeking actively a Mohiniyattam performance. Some genuinely, yes, but for others it was like, बहुत हो गया भरतनाट्यम, बहुत हो गया कथक, बहुत हो गया, ये कुछ नया करते हैं अपने फोरम में, so let's have a Mohiniyattam dance show coming on. So that worked out well for me. But yes, the challenges have been there. So I have been very selective about the projects, and the Ramayana Perform Art was one such project where I really got to reinvent. We had theater, we had the traditional system, and I don't even need to tell you the challenges we faced in shooting that episode in my house.
Absolutely.
We did try to record it in Khelgaon at my Guruji's place, and that was, we realized that the recording was an
Did not
absolute
work.
nightmare, did not work. Then everybody was sitting in the respective places. So it really, for that 30-minute episode, the effort was really huge. But that said, yes, I agree that the online format has taught a lot of people to embrace change. We need to switch off somebody's mic, which can be heard in the background. It's been a pleasure and a pain in equal measure for me. And
Yeah,
personal
pleasure and a pain.
pleasure and a pain. I am selective even in the best of times about where I want to invest my time, effort, and energy. And even if it means reaching out to an audience, it really, to me, quality matters. And being offline or going online, to me, was a very, very big deciding factor. How much do I want to go online if quality is turning out to be an issue? Do I want to wait it out? I'm very clear about that. Yes. So my projects, my online reach outs have been very limited because of the effort that is involved with my performing art to deliver a quality product for reaching out to people. That's it. Festivals are getting in touch with festivals are getting in touch with me, but they're also realizing that the logistical issues are just of a totally different scale with the performing artists here.
Did you face that problem too, Gaurav Dada, Sanjay sir? Did you have that thing about having aesthetics in place? You had to. Did you think about that? That when we present online, when we go online, uh, in an online medium, when we're presenting, we need to have the right kind of aesthetics. We need to have the right kind of look, the right kind of sound, lights, everything to work for our performance.
Who's speaking first, me or Sanjay sir?
Gaurav, you go first, yeah.
Dada, please.
Okay. For me, it was very clear, and it is very clear everything takes time to settle. So aesthetics is not the most important thing. For me, the foremost thing was to stay connected, to stay relevant. Everything takes time to evolve. If we are looking at the online medium and online portal for here to stay, and the only medium for us to be really having something solid to be connected, you have to give yourself time. And I was very clear that yes, quality is important, but it cannot be achieved in a day. So first I had to see with my given circumstances what was available. Luckily I had a good music room, I had good sound system, I had possibilities to start on a decent level. And from there we improve. From there we improve and we see what's working, what's not working, work on the sound system, and you mix and match. If suppose you're performing on Zoom and the sound is cracking, you're not having a good sound, you do a recording of your concert. Nothing stops you from hiring an auditorium where there is no audience. You go on stage and you perform, record it, and then whoever wants a concert of yours, an hour, 2 hours, send it to them and they will air it, and people are going to watch. And this is the coming back to the original thing what I was saying in the beginning, that people were critical about it. When there is no audience, where is the inspiration coming from? Who are you connecting to? I said, all these years people have played on All India Radio. Where was the inspiration then? You record for an LP or a CD or whatever. Primarily we play for ourselves. We really, whether there is an audience of 10 people or 1,000 people, it really doesn't matter. Yes, of course, it's a different experience when you have an audience and you give and take energy from them, but it doesn't stop me from giving a great concert if I'm alone in the room, you know. So aesthetics comes later, and you see yourself how it went, you see the concert online, and then you learn from it. And over a period of time, especially after 7 months, I mean, I performed just one concert in 7 months in India, the Ashoka University. They organized a concert where there was no audience. And I played a concert for them. They recorded it, and then they later it was a
It was
very
aired
very very
online.
very beautifully very beautifully done, because they organized a professional camera person and sound, and it was in an auditorium, so that ambience was there. And after almost 7 months, I traveled. I took a flight for the first time in 7 months, and I came to Europe for these concerts. And this is, I think, the first concerts where there is an audience. So people are trying this out. I mean, it had to be, I think, the West which had to take that step. We cannot just stay put with this thing. We start concerts. We make sure that not all the seats are occupied, so we have some distancing in the, and it's a great initiative. I mean, we have to stay positive. We have to take, I mean, a lot of people said, oh, as soon as you open Facebook, there is concerts going on, everybody is performing. I
Yes,
said,
I
who's
mean,
asking? I said, who's
that's
asking?
true.
Yeah, that's true, but who's asking you to watch? They were complaining. It was like a complaint. I said, switch off. Or if there is a music, oh no, there are substandard musicians and dancers performing. I said, take them off your friend list. Don't complain. If people, what has happened now everybody all of a sudden has the possibility to perform. So it is for that person to realize whether I'm really capable, if I'm really good, and it's for the audience, who's everybody, who's on Facebook, on the social media, to decide, do I really want to watch this musician, or do I want to watch this dancer? So only time will really bring us to a
You think
point.
time will have a churn to it, and
Of
at the
course,
end of the
we are
churn, this
in
will
the
happen.
churning. We are in the churning
See,
process. We are in the
actually,
churning process.
in any case, for somebody to say that this is a good artist and this is not a good artist, it's very relative.
It's very relative.
It's very relative. What you
It's
enjoy,
perspective by the end of it.
absolutely. And like Gauraji has said that you choose to see what you want to see. You
Exactly.
probably see somebody and you decide that, okay, this is not an artist that I want to follow anymore.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of, the whole concept of my raising the aesthetics was not really to sit as a judgment. My whole concept was, like, again, what Gauraji has said, that, it takes a little bit of a time to figure out where you want to go. And yes, again, not to sit on judgment on people, but I think the fear of becoming irrelevant, the fear of becoming lost
Yes.
was very real for the artists. So some of them probably jumped a bit too fast, too much, too soon. So that, in any case, as with anything else, has stabilized.
Vani, won't
And
you
just
think
one thing
that is
I would
true?
like to add here, just one more thing.
Yes,
Fear of not having work. That's primary, I
That
guess.
is primary.
We have to say that. Fear
I
of
think-
not having work.
सबसे अच्छा इस बारे में अजीत जी बता सकते हैं. Fear of not
जी.
having work. I have seen him and received calls from the colony, from people and artists and Pooja, of course. वो लोग जानते हैं कि actually artists का क्या हाल है in the backward area, on the streets, and why being relevant, fear of not having work is so necessary for them, so necessary. But quickly coming back to Sir, the aesthetics.
Well, see, I mean, picking up from what Vani and Gaurav have been talking, I think it's also a question of what is your form.
Yes.
I mean, I've
Exactly.
seen Vani's performance. Vani's performance is very, I mean, it's engrossing, right? And I can see the need for aesthetics to be very, very,
Yes.
prioritized. Like, for instance, now the form that I have been, and Prachi, you've been a part of it, okay, it's political, right? Okay. And I mean, we can have a dog's tail. We can even have a cat on the stage.
Exactly. He's got it.
And
He
yeah.
got what I said.
yeah, and you remember when we were doing Macbeth, Prachi, we had the bats.
Yes, we
flowing
had the
down.
bats flying
Okay,
in.
right? So like it's really, because what happens with a form, I mean, there are two aspects to it. One is when you're doing political theater, what's most important is the politics, right? And form very often means not coming in the way. Any kind of self-indulgence. I remember somebody said that जो है chapters की तरह headings कर दें. So I said I've seen that often in cinema, right? It's not going to work here, because what you want, I mean, if you are talking about, I mean, if you're talking about a proto-feminist theater, what you want is it should go through. I want people, I want my audience to feel the pain, the hurt at the end. Okay.
You
And
want
not
that
say
emotional
beautiful.
connect with your audience.
I
at all
don't
times.
want anybody saying beautiful to a political play. It just doesn't make sense. Right. But having said that, I would go back to what Vani was saying. I think there's a point there, right? That, like when we move from the first to the second play, right? I think art tech had improved a lot. Okay. And for a lot of people who watched both, right, including people who are into, cinematography, like Anshuman, for instance, they liked the second one more because, they felt aesthetically also it was more satisfying.
Because
we were able to
technologically
get,
there were so many changes done to that play. There were
Exactly.
lights involved, there was the
Yeah.
setting was involved.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
then actually what
And
what
what my
Dada
tech
and
team,
Vani, it's actually a process. It just starts slow
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
it reaches somewhere. Like Pooja right now, I believe Potli has now reached global shows, and the storytellings are happening there and all online. So I'm sure that with the music that we've added to your storytelling, even that aesthetically is making a difference.
Absolutely, Prachi. It definitely does, it definitely gives a completely different perspective. It adds to the whole experience of storytelling when you combine the folk art, the folk tale, and the folk music. So it completely encapsulates the child into kind of, the child's completely absorbed, in visually, and also, while the child's coloring, the music that the child hears, definitely it has a great impact, and we've managed to do that only now. We could, I think these were areas that we could have explored earlier, but we never thought of using technology to the way it's being
I don't
used
think
now.
any one of us thought of using
Yeah,
technology
yeah.
before
So,
all
like
of
I
this
said,
happened.
it definitely has been a blessing in disguise. Also, like, I'm being very positive. So when this happened, within the first month, we decided, we're not sitting and cribbing, and let's convert this into the best we can, and convert this into an opportunity for us, and for the children. And I mean, now we are doing workshops for children across, not just within India, in Australia, UK, US. Our parents are reaching out to us that, hey, you all have really these good kids. And I think the other thing that's happened is that now, we've started just sending out the the so in the kits, the way we work is, we do a story, we do these worksheets for children, and so we just email the worksheets to children now,
Yeah.
so that even in terms of cost, a child sitting in US is able to, learn, get to know about, say, a Patua art form, see how it works, hear stories. So we're able to connect, definitely at a much wider audience. And when we started, our very aim purpose was not to reach out to children of the parents who know about Indian art and who are aware, but reaching out, converting uh, parents who used to buy made in India gifts for, birthday gifts, because they were cheaper, and, absolutely, they would not even look into how much of plastic and thermocol they were buying. They were lesser of any craft and more of thermocol inside those boxes. So our aim was to reach out to really reach out to those, uh, the masses, that population which didn't care about, which was completely disconnected with our cultural heritage. And to reach out to them, price was a very, very important. We were very practical and very ruthless about this, and price was a very important factor. So even then, price was important for us, even, and now also price is important, because the area, the segment that we are reaching out to is very extremely price conscious. If we tell them कि अच्छा ये पटुआ पेंटिंग है, then से हमको एक मतलब, और if we tell them block printed कपड़ा है, they will not care. उनको तो लगेगा अच्छा वो 50 रुपए का तो मैं वो लूंगा, why should I spend more money? they don't care about what. So we are trying to educate them that you must care, and let's see the best. At least know, you don't buying it comes second, but let's first know about what is it that we are
जानो
losing
तो
out. पहले जानो तो आप किसको ना कर रहे हो, पहले वो तो जानो आप किसको ना कर रहे हो, सिर्फ क्योंकि वो 100 रुपए का है और एक कोई चाइना से चीज आई है वो 20 रुपए की है, उसका आप पहले अंडरस्टैंड एंड देन टेक अ डिसीजन. सो टेक एन इन्फॉर्म्ड डिसीजन. So that has been our
Focus.
aim, and our aim has been to reach out to as many people as we can to educate them. And this has been really a very, very good opportunity for us to reach out to a whole lot of children.
So
And
as
kids are
we're
open.
discussing aesthetics and techniques and technology, अजीत भाई, आपने जो पंचतंत्र के स्टोरीज रिकॉर्ड करे, आपको सब कुछ फिर से बनाना पड़ा. उसके रिकॉर्डिंग का थोड़ा सा बताइए सबको कि किस तरह से रिकॉर्डिंग करते थे आप लोग. The way the process was used and the way everybody learned how to go ahead in technology, even for them, was a huge challenge. है ना अजीत भाई?
जी जी, बहुत बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज रहा है वो भी, क्योंकि बेसिकली फोन से हम लोग शूट करते थे और उसमें हमारे पास कोई स्टूडियो तो है नहीं. अभी भी काफी आवाजें आपको सुनाई दे रही होगी, पूरी फैमिली है बहुत बड़ी हमारी. तो एक मिनट माँ,
See, the beautiful
बात
thing
नहीं.
about the pandemic has been that all this, Ajit bhai, chalta hai. ये सबको पता है that we are all operating from home, So I think
आवाज
the
आ रही है, कोई
perspective
बात
of
नहीं.
looking at people has changed, and look at the power of collaboration that the pandemic.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Forget about
Look at the
anything else.
fabulous collaborations that have been
Absolutely.
possible with this pandemic.
Absolutely.
And it's only हम pandemic बोल रहे हैं और बोल रहे हैं fabulous collaboration. Even that is such a hilarious thing to say.
I think that's that has been one of the best takeaways, whether it's been for art or whether it's been for work. The fact that Ajit ji kahin baithe hain, Gaurav ji kahin baithe hain, Sanjay is sitting somewhere, you're sitting, we can, the collaboration, and even
We can connect, and we can speak, and we can
absolutely
share our views. It's something. Yes, it's a blessing.
So
Nothing short of a blessing.
बोलिए अजीत भाई, कोई बात नहीं, पीछे से आवाज है तो
बोलिए कोई बात
नहीं, बस मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि हम लोग ये इस टाइम पे ऐसा हो गया था कि कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा था. अचानक से ये हुआ कि कमरे में बंद हो गए, तो हमारी जो कला थी वो भी अंदर ही बंद हो गई. और उसी कला के, क्योंकि उसी कला से हमें अर्निंग होती थी, तो हम लोग तो बेचैन हो गए. अब क्या करें, कुछ सोच समझने की शक्ति भी चली गई. कल क्या होगा, यही सोच रहे थे, कल क्या होगा. तो वही है कि थोड़ा सा तो गवर्नमेंट ने थोड़ा सा हेल्प किया कि वो जो राशन था वो फ्री में देने लगे. बट उसके बाद भी वही था कि हमें थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम ये था कि वो राशन फ्री में था, बट वो भी सूखा राशन था. उसके अलावा भी काफी चीजें जरूरत होती थी लोगों को, और वो सबको हाँ, तो बस वही है. तो पकाएंगे कैसे, दूध भी चाहिए, ब्रेड भी चाहिए, मसाला भी चाहिए तो पकाने के लिए, और घर में गैस भी चाहिए. तो वही ज्यादातर ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स आ गई. उसमें समझ नहीं आया. मैंने प्राची जी को कॉल किया, मैंने कहा यार एकदम बैठ गया हूँ मैं तो, और कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है, कुछ करने को नहीं हो रहा है. वही है कि इस टाइम पे थोड़ा दिमाग भी बंद हो जाता है, सोचने की कुछ शक्ति ही नहीं रही. ऐसा कुछ हो गया था. तो फिर हमने प्लान किया, मैंने इनको बोला था कुछ आप ऐसा करिए कि जो ऑनलाइन, इन्होंने ही मेरे को बताया था प्राची जी ने, कि कुछ ऑनलाइन प्लान करते हैं हम लोग, शो करते हैं. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है आप करिए, मैं मेहनत करने को तो तैयार हूँ, मेरी फैमिली है, मेरे बच्चे हैं, सब मेरे साथ काम करते हैं, बट आप मेरे को बताइए कैसे करना है. तो इन्होंने मेरे को बताया था कि आप ऐसा करो, छोटे छोटे सीन्स आप मेरे को कहानी के रिकॉर्ड करके दो, मैं उनको एडिट करूंगी, उनमें म्यूजिक डालूंगी, ये सब करूंगी. और सच में जो मैंने पहला सीन जब करके दिया था और मेरे को एडिट होके आया था मेरे पास, तो मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा. तो मेरा इंटरेस्ट भी बढ़ा उसमें कि यार हम लोग करते हैं काम, बट वही है कि जब लाइव शोज करते हैं तो वो सारी चीजें हम नहीं डाल सकते. बट
आपको
जब
ज्यादा डाल पाए हम, क्योंकि हम ऑनलाइन कर रहे थे तो हम शो में ज्यादा डाल पाए. आप वॉइसेस अलग अलग से कर पाए, लाइटिंग कर पाए. वो नॉर्मली जब स्टेज पे जाके शो करते हैं तो ये सब नहीं कर पाते हम लोग.
नहीं कर पाते. तो वही वो भी एक अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा कि जो चीज हमने बना के दी उसको निखार के उसको एक माला में पिरो के उन्होंने सामने रखा, तो मेरे को भी बहुत अच्छा लगा और खैर मजा भी आया। फिर काम करने में और इंटरेस्ट बढ़ा। मेरे बच्चों को खैर ये लगा, मैंने उनको बोला कि नहीं हमें करना है और अच्छी-अच्छी कहानियाँ और बना के देनी है। और देखो अब बेटा अब तो यही ज़रिया है, इसी से हम लोग सर्वाइव कर सकते हैं। तो इसीलिए मैंने बच्चों को भी एनकरेज किया, बच्चे भी मतलब कहने ठीक है पापा हम लोग करेंगे। तो बस ज़्यादातर हम लोग कोशिश करते थे पूरा-पूरा दिन बैठे रहते थे, सोचते रहते थे, कहानी हमें मिलती थी वैसे उस पे काम करना शुरू करते थे। और जब वहाँ दिया जाता था, वो भी कई बार इंटरनेट के भी बहुत इश्यूज़ आए हैं कि दूसरे
हाँ,
दिन कहानी थी,
पूरी
एक
पूरी
दिन
रात अजीत भाई अपलोड कर रहे हैं और अपलोड नहीं हो रहा वीडियो, पूरी पूरी
चा
रात लगे हुए हैं, अपलोड नहीं हो रहा वीडियो। 4-5 बजे फिर मैसेज आता था कि अब वीडियो अपलोड हो गया और अगले दिन स्क्रीनिंग है। उफ, it used to be so nerve-wracking. This entire, actually, you're right, you know, this entire thing is such a blessing and such a curse. And the nerves go like in any other show.
मैंने
But it
मैंने
is
उस दिन
such a positive story, Prachi. You know, hearing Ajit Bhai speak, it is really. I must congratulate you for
Oh,
doing.
Dada, it has been such a, I cannot tell you,
It's
it's been so wonderful collaborating with everyone. लेकिन अजीत
it's
भाई
just
के साथ,
amazing.
and the most amazing thing that has happened is कि पहले वो करते थे वॉइसिंग और अपने भाई के साथ मिलके करते थे. And by the second story, the children started taking it up. His
How
son
nice.
and his daughter started doing it.
Beautiful.
Then they started, then he said कि अच्छा Muppets खत्म हो गए अब क्या करें, तो मैं कहा चलो कुछ नई कहानी बनाती हूँ, आप कैसे बनाओगे? He actually figured a way to go and find a shop where he could find the material, bring it back overnight. He made new Muppets and he put them together and everything. One of his children used to be shooting on the phone and 1-2 people used to be standing behind those Muppets. तो कभी-कभी हमें किसी का सर दिख रहा होता था, किसी के बाल दिख रहे होते थे, किसी की आवाज कहीं से और आ रही होती थी, कभी लाइट बदल जाती थी. But there's nothing much that you can do in
No, but that's the
when he
process we
is.
have to
That's
go
the
through.
process.
That's the
That's the
process
process.
for us to reach a point where it's nearer to perfection. There is no perfection in art anyway. But to reach nearer to perfection, this is a process everybody has to go through. We have to go through this. We cannot just reach the goal in a day or in so this is what, and this is more important. The journey is more important than the goal.
I agree with you. So let me ask you. Let's try and finish this here since we've really chatted a lot. कितने boring से discussion कर रहे हैं हम. बिल्कुल
आपने चाय नहीं
अर्नब
पिलाया
जैसी
हम लोगों
feeling,
को.
अर्नब जैसी feeling नहीं आ रही है बिल्कुल ना normal TV वाला this thing. So, but let me ask you, what is the goal? Where are we headed as artists, as performers, as performing, as collaborations? Where are we headed as far as all our arts are concerned, as traditional arts are concerned? The pandemic is here to stay. This virus is here to stay.
For me, the show must go on. Pandemic or no pandemic, show must go on, and we have to find a way to make it happen. We cannot expect anybody else to come and give us answers. We create opportunities, we create the answer, we give the answer, and the show must go on.
Well, for me, it's a question of what is happening. The pandemic is not an enemy. The pandemic is out there. What is happening in the name of the pandemic? What is happening behind the pandemic? What is happening in our world? What is happening in our country? Right? What is happening to poor people? What is happening to people who are not in line with whatever are the hegemonic discourses? Right? Okay. I think that's important because theater is about dissent. Okay. Theater is about saying no. That's the first thing. Before it decides to say yes to something else, it has to say no to a lot of things, whether it's patriarchy, whether it's capitalism. And I think that aspect has to go on. Technology is not a giant. Technology is something we don't need to be scared of. Right? I mean, there will be glitches, there will be problems, but as we were saying right now, so what? That's it.
Beautiful.
अजीत भाई आपके लिए कहाँ जा रहे हैं, कहाँ क्या होगा, कुछ सोचा, कुछ कैसे करेंगे
हाँ,
आगे?
अभी तो कुछ खैर सोचा नहीं है अभी, बट वही अभी तो वही है, करे जा रहे हैं, कुछ ना कुछ सोच रहे हैं, कुछ इन फ्यूचर कुछ अच्छा होगा, क्योंकि होप तो छोड़ ही नहीं सकता ना आर्टिस्ट,
That is
होप तो
true.
रखनी पड़ेगी,
That is so
जो
true.
कि होप ही हमें कहीं लेके जाएगी, क्योंकि इतने जब 7-8 महीने निकाल दिए, जो कि निकालना इम्पॉसिबल था हम लोगों के लिए, सच में इम्पॉसिबल था, बट पता नहीं भगवान की शक्ति थी हम लोगों के साथ, जो हम लोग दृढ़ निश्चय से लगे रहे, लोगों का प्यार भी मिला, मदद भी बहुत मिली, तो उसकी वजह से ये जो हमारे आर्टिस्ट हैं, जो कि सिर्फ आर्ट की वजह से ही जिंदा है और आर्ट को लेके ही चलते हैं लोग, क्योंकि सुबह शुरू आर्ट से होती है और खत्म भी आर्ट पे ही होती है, और उसी से ही उनका पेट भरता है। बट अभी ये है कि अभी काफी वही एक क्रिटिकल हो रहा है, क्योंकि वही है कि चीजें कुछ कुछ खुल रही है, बट मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि कम से कम हमें थोड़ा सा ये थोड़ा सा गवर्नमेंट का हेल्प भी नहीं मिल रहा है, क्योंकि आर्टिस्टों के लिए कुछ अलग से ऐसा कुछ हो, क्योंकि आर्टिस्ट तो कहीं जाके मजदूरी कर नहीं सकता, वो अपने आर्ट को ही बेचता है, तो वही थोड़ा सा गवर्नमेंट से भी इश्यूज था अभी, क्योंकि इतना अच्छा कोई हेल्प हो नहीं पा रहा है, जो कि उनको हेल्प देना चाहिए आर्टिस्ट को, कि
और
उनको पता है
बहुत
कि
कम,
आर्टिस्ट का
आप जैसे बहुत कम लोगों के पास ऑनलाइन जाने के, स्मार्टफोन्स के मीडियम्स हैं जो ऑनलाइन जा
जी
सकते हैं, जो कर
जी
सकते हैं, जैसे आप कर रहे हैं, आपके पिताजी कर रहे हैं, आपके भाई कर रहे हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारे लोगों के पास ये है ही नहीं। तो हाँ,
है
ये
ही नहीं,
मुश्किल है, बहुत
मुश्किल
मुश्किल है।
बहुत
पूजा,
मुश्किल
राइट?
है
आई
लोग।
मीन,
Yeah.
हाँ, मतलब देखिए, बेसिकली जो हमारे आर्टिस्ट हैं, मैं आपको साफ बताऊं, कोई लोग पढ़े लिखे नहीं होते हैं, सिर्फ वो वही अपना जो फैमिली बिजनेस है वही सीखते हैं और उसी से आगे चलते हैं। और जैसे कि पूजा मैम बता रहे थे, उन्होंने भी ठीक कहा था कि हमें भी जो आवाम है उसको भी थोड़ा ध्यान देना चाहिए, और उन्होंने बताया था कि एक 20 रुपए की चीज मिल रही है और एक 100 रुपए की चीज मिल रही है, तो उसमें जो अंतर है वो एक आर्टिस्ट ही बता सकता है। अगर मैंने 20 रुपए लगा के चीज बनाई है, तो मैं आपको 20 रुपए में नहीं दूंगा, मैं चाहूंगा कि वो 30 या 40 या 50 रुपए में आपको बेचूं, 30 रुपए मेरे को प्रॉफिट हो, क्योंकि हम भी कठपुतलियां बनाते हैं, लेकिन कठपुतलियों का अगर हमें अच्छा दाम मिलेगा तभी हम आगे उसे बेच सकते हैं।
बढ़ा
अगर
पाएंगे,
हम
बेच पाएंगे।
जी, आप मेरी अगर लागत ही ना निकले तो फिर फायदा नहीं है। तो वही है, कुछ तो ऐसी चीजें उन्होंने सही बोला, और कुछ एक सा एक उन्होंने बोला था कि थोड़ा सा आवाम का भी है मैम, कि अपने बच्चों को अपना ट्रेडिशनली हम दिखा नहीं पाते, कहीं थिएटर में नहीं ले जा पाते, कोई शो उनको दिखा नहीं पाते, और वो जब एकदम से, कई बार हम स्कूल्स में जाते हैं तो एकदम से पपेट को देख के ऐसे छू के देखते हैं वो लोग, अरे, और उसे चलते देखते तो वो उनको लगता है कि इसमें जान है, बट उनके लिए वो गुड़िया है, डॉल है सिर्फ। बट लेकिन ये माँ बाप जो पेरेंट्स है, उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि उनको कम से कम अपना कल्चर दिखाएं। हम भी काफी कंट्रीज में जाते हैं, लेकिन वहां पर वही देखते हैं कि जो उनका कल्चर है पहले वो सीख कर फिर आगे वो लोग बढ़ते हैं। बट हमारे इंडिया में बच्चा जैसे बड़ा होता है उसके हाथ में गिटार दिया जाता है, ना कि सितार,
क्या बात
क्योंकि
है, बहुत बहुत
हम
बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट है ये।
बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हैं
क्या
आप
बात है,
अजीत भाई,
क्या
बिल्कुल
बात
सही
है।
तो
बोल रहे हैं।
बस यही है कि कुछ तो आवाम की भी गलती है, इसकी वजह से हम, कई बार लोग कहते हैं डाइंग आर्ट, बट आर्ट कभी मरता नहीं है,
नहीं नहीं,
देखने वाले मर जाते हैं, लोग देखने वाले
करेक्ट बात,
लोग मर जाते हैं।
क्या बात।
क्योंकि मेरे जो दादा ने देखा, मैं आज पोता भी वही देख रहा हूँ और मैं कर रहा हूँ,
जी,
तो ये आर्ट कभी मरता नहीं है। लेकिन वही है कि आर्ट को हमारे ही लोग, जब मैं खुद आर्टिस्ट हूँ सर, और मेरे जो फादर हैं वो भी बहुत वर्ल्ड क्लास आर्टिस्ट हैं, काफी स्टूडेंट आते हैं उनके, मैं भी अक्टूबर में पेरिस में ही थे, हम लोग शो कर रहे थे, और
Let me tell all of you, Puranji is the one who set up Katputli Colony.
हाउ ब्यूटीफुल।
Ajit ji is his son, and he's a national award winner, a national award winning puppeteer. And he's traveled the world,
वेरी
and
नाइस।
he's passed his legacy down to the children. And as I was telling you, Ajit ji has now started teaching his children, and they were the ones who collaborated in making, because बच्चों को टेक्नोलॉजी ज्यादा जल्दी आती है, so they made it easier for their parents, you know. Sorry अजीत भाई, जी बोलिए.
जी बस यही कहना चाह रहा हूँ मैं यही कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि मेरे भी, जैसे आपने बताया, मेरे बच्चे हैं, मेरे को भी इतना ऑपरेट करना नहीं आता,
जी.
बट मेरे बच्चे ऑपरेट करते हैं, वही सारा वो शॉट लिया है, ये सब मेरे बच्चे करते हैं, क्योंकि मैंने जो सीखा है मैं उस आर्ट को ही प्रेजेंट कर सकता हूँ. मैं भी टेक्नोलॉजी में आगे नहीं हूँ मैं इतना, बट वही है कि ये हमारी सबकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है
जी.
कि अपने आर्ट को दिखाए, लोगों तक पहुंचाए, लोगों तक. जब आपके, अगर मान लीजिए किसी घर में एक फॉरेनर गेस्ट आता है, तब आपको याद आता है, अरे हमारा एक ट्रेडिशनल आर्टिस्ट लेके आओ, इसके सामने परफॉर्म करवाते हैं, वो बड़ा खुश हो जाएगा. बट अपनी जिंदगी में आप अपने ट्रेडिशनल आर्टिस्ट को कितना महत्व देते हैं, वो भी तो एक इम्पोर्टेंट बात है ना. कि
बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हैं आप.
जो आपकी कला, हम ही लोग हैं जो सहेजे रहे हैं. विदेशी लोग आके यहाँ बस रहे हैं, वो यहाँ का आर्ट सीख रहे हैं. लोग आते हैं फॉरनर, कोई सितार सीखता है, कोई तबला सीखता है, सिंगिंग सीख रहा है, डांसिंग सीख रहे हैं वो लोग, और आप अपने आर्ट को देख के चले जाते हैं. मैं मोदी जी के साथ गए थे हम लोग, मेक इन इंडिया में हम लोग. तो वहां जब हम लोग जर्मनी गए थे, जर्मनी में शो कर रहे थे, तो बड़ा सा पपेट लेके मैं परफॉर्म कर रहा था. तो एक बड़ा सा पपेट था, मैं ऐसे करके उसमें परफॉर्म कर रहा था, और जैसे मोदी जी भी आए, और मार्केल एंगल है जहाँ वहाँ की राष्ट्रपति है
हाँ.
वो आई, तो उस पपेट को देख के उसको इंटरेस्टिंग लगा. मैंने ऐसे हाथ किया तो उसने मेरे को हाथ मिलाया, मेरे से हाथ मिलाया, और मोदी जी आगे निकल गए. जब उन्होंने देखा कि मार्केल एंगल ने पपेट को हाथ मिलाया, तब मोदी जी पीछे आके फिर उन्होंने हाथ मिलाया, जबकि वो अपना स्ट्रेट चले गए थे सीधा. बट वही है कि रिस्पेक्ट
Yeah, that's a
आप
very
जब तक
telling commentary.
आप बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हैं अजीत भाई. एंड मैं इस बात से, मैं आई मस्ट टेल ऑल ऑफ यू, Kalakar Collective has been formed to push classical arts forward. लेकिन आज की डेट में भी अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे पास कीबोर्ड और गिटार सीखने के लिए ज्यादा लोग आते हैं.
जी
सितार और वायलिन सीखने के लिए बहुत कम लोग आते हैं. दादा तो मतलब दादा has been teaching with us. I have just one student for him for the sitar. All over Gurgaon or NCR, wherever we've been advertising, कोई सितार नहीं सीखना चाहता. So much so कि मैं जब बच्चों को एक तानपुरा दिखाती हूँ तो वो मुझे बोलते हैं कि ये गिटार है. So yes, that is a huge problem अजीत भाई. और यही हम लोग कोशिश, मतलब हमारी तरफ से ये कोशिश यही हो रही है. One of the reasons of doing the Ramayana perform art series in English, Pooja and Vani, I talked to you about it. कि English में करेंगे, at least लोगों को art form तो समझ आएगा. That at least we talk about the art form if nothing else. Then we'll take it forward.
No, I completely agree with you, Prachi and Ajit भाई. आप जो कह रहे हैं, मतलब इतना हमने पिछले 20 साल में जो interaction रहा है, मतलब this is so true. And it was only these reasons that led me and our team to start what we are doing, because we really felt कि parents complain भी करते हैं साथ में कि children don't know our culture, our children are aping the Western culture. अरे उनको कब पता चलेगा जब हम लोग उनको एक्सपोज ही नहीं करते हैं अपने कल्चर से. हम लोग उनको जब हमने शुरू करा 15 साल पहले, तो only cartoons that children watched were either made in China or European cartoons. They would imitate those languages, and children are not biased. They enjoy colors, they enjoy stories. It is about what stories we tell them and how do we tell them. And I think
Correct.
for the longest time we have preserved, literally, when I don't even like this word called preserve. We have put all our crafts and arts and our heritage into like a museum in a glass, within glass walls, and made it. I think it's also, we adults, we complicate them so much, and it becomes intimidating for a child to approach. It becomes intimidating for a child to even see. And actually, if you look at all our art forms, they are so naive. Pick up any folk art. You pick up Varli, you pick up Madhubani, you pick up Santhal, any of these art forms. a child looks at it and instantly connects with the art form.
Mhm.
They've been so they're so childlike. So but we've never talked about these art forms. Kids, every child loves to color. No child has ever colored a folk art. They ended up they used to end up coloring all these characters from different cartoon films. So it is
Yeah.
about what is it that we expose. And of course our lifestyles have changed. We no longer have we no longer pass on a traditional wisdom. See, in the modern consumerist society, the visual language is very strongly reflective of the modern culture. And unfortunately, the modern culture is dominated by advertising. A child ends up assuming his cultural identity not by what he or she has inherited, but what he or she wears, because that's what they've been exposed to. And I think along with it, I think what we're really losing out is the traditional wisdom. One of the very small things that I'll share is कि हम लोग पहले रंगोली, हर एक घर में रंगोली होता था across India. पहाड़ों में चले जाओ, कहीं भी, every part of our country, Rangoli has been a very sort of has been one sort of common art form across. And abhi kya ho gaya? Rangoli has been replaced with stickers. So people buy stickers and they place it. Now, why was Rangoli done? When we sit with kids and do Rangoli with rice powder, उनके साथ बैठ के चावल का paste बनाते हैं, and we tell them why the Rangoli was done with rice. It was a way to offer food to an ant. An ant also, एक चींटी भी, एक इंसेक्ट आपके घर, आपके दरवाजे पे आ रहा है, उसको आप भगाने के लिए आप कोई स्प्रे नहीं लगाओगे, लेकिन आप एक उसको बाहर घर के बाहर ही उसको ऑफर कर दोगे, तो वो वहीं से खा करके चले जाएगा. By the end of the day, that entire Rangoli has been, it's completely wiped off by the ants and the insects. Next, you are ready to, again make another offering. And
How beautiful! How beautiful!
It was such a beautiful, ritual every morning that people would do, and we completely lost it. We don't even, children don't forget about children. Even most of us don't even know why Rangoli was done.
Correct.
And imagine the importance that was given to an ant in our life, जिसको हम आजकल नजर भी नहीं, मतलब उसको देखते भी नहीं है. I just feel, I think it's these huge, I think this wisdom that we are completely losing out. So for us, I feel it is so important to tell these stories, to share. हम लोगों का लाइफस्टाइल बदल गया है, लेकिन कम से कम हमारी वो जो विजडम है, ट्रेडिशनल विजडम, वो तो हम लोग पास ऑन कर सके. पहले इट वाज डन without making an effort because it was a part of everyday life. So वो घर में होता था, बच्चे सीखते थे.
True.
There was no need for a workshop.
There was no need to, yeah.
There was no need for workshops. But now, because our lives are completely disconnected with nature, our lives are disconnected with the past, we are having to do workshops with, about things that have been a part of our daily lives. But anyway, such are the, these are the times,
Yeah.
and it's just about reconnecting them. But एक अजीत भाई, एक और चीज आपको बताना चाहेंगे कि अभी काफी संस्थाएं हैं, काफी प्रोग्राम्स ऐसे चल रहे हैं, बहुत सारे एनजीओस कर रहे हैं, जिसमें कि डिजिटल लिटरेसी इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट.
For artists, yes.
हाँ, आर्टिजन्स के लिए डिजिटल लिटरेसी बहुत हम लोगों ने भी काफी शुरू करा है. So we have just started a pan India movement which I was talking to you about, which is called Creative Dignity, where we are working with about 2 lakh artisans. We have tied up with all design schools, NIFT, NID, Shrishti, IICD, and we have inducted digital literacy as a part
That's
of their
super.
curriculum. So where we are inducting students, design students, one-on-one with each artisan, one student with one artisan, on how to build catalogs, how to do online shooting, how to do all
But that's
this is being done.
brilliant.
तो अजीत भाई, अगर आप लोगों को किसी को भी आपके एरिया में जरूरत है इसका, आप हमसे कांटेक्ट करिए, हम आपको
मैं आपको contacts दे दूंगी. Pooja,
आपको,
quickly,
हाँ.
a goal for Portly going forward. What is the goal? What is it that we are aiming for in the next few months? What is it that you are looking forward to?
Prachi, our goal remains the same. There's no difference. It's just the way we are reaching out is different. Otherwise, our goal remains the same. Our goal was always to reach out to children, to sensitize them to our traditional wisdom and our traditional ways of doing things. and it remains the same. It's just that वो उसका माध्यम बदल गया है, अभी हम अलग तरीके से कर रहे हैं, लेकिन goal remains the same.
And technology is not a giant for you, as Sanjay sir said.
No, technology is not a giant. See, Prachi, we can't deny the fact we are trying to make the best of both. So use the technology to the best that we can, and why should we get intimidated? Yeah, it's a process which is also now important. आजकल के ज़माने में कंप्यूटर के बिना नहीं कर सकते. Let's also admit the fact we can't do without technology. So
Correct.
let's not become slaves, but let's use it to the best of our advantages for achieving our goals. So
Perfect. Perfect. Very beautifully said.
Vani,
Very right.
where are we headed? Where are the classical forms headed? Where is dance headed? Are you seeing more people coming up to you wanting to know more about Mohiniyattam?
Well, let me give you an example. अजीत भाई, आप अभी बता रहे थे कि आप कैसे puppet लेके जाते हैं तो लोग उसे कैसे touch and feel करते हैं. Okay, now coming to my classical art form, जो लोग मुझे 35 साल से भी जानते हैं ना, वो जब मेरे को इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे वो बोलेंगे ये एक डांसर है, ये डांस करती हैं, ये शायद कुचिपुड़ी करती हैं. फिर वो मेरी शक्ल देखते हैं, बोलते नहीं कुचिपुड़ी नहीं, कथक. फिर कथक से कथकली. फिर भी मैं चुप रहती हूँ तो बोलते हैं नहीं 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 ये कोई अट्टम करती हैं. So that should tell you the state of the classical art forms, or at least with Mohiniyattam. As far as my goal is concerned, see, there is truth in what everybody has said. And for years now, for close to 30 years, even in my other profession of wellness, I have been telling people that we have so much in our own backyard. पता नहीं क्यों हमारी गर्दन ना एक कोने में बस looking that side रहती है. We have so many traditions that have been usurped by the other countries, and I have nothing against that. Probably they just present it a little bit better, but that is partly because of our fault. We have not been taking pride in it. We have not been giving it the due that it has.
Correct.
As far as my personal goal is concerned, एक देवानंद का गाना है जो मेरा बहुत favorite है, वो क्या है? मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. तो मैं जो मर्जी कर लूं, लोग जो मर्जी कर ले, जिसने आके जानना है about a classical style, वो आएगा. मेरा काम रुकता नहीं है. I will continue to express myself, and art is all about what? Reinvention, expression. It's about growth. It's about breaking barriers. I will continue to do that in my own way. Yes, along the way, I might snub somebody's sensitivities, like how Sanjay said that, dance is also like any other performing art form about questioning, about reinventing. So sure, we have mythological stories, we do, but we always try to give a new twist. Like, for example, even with the Sita episode that we did, the whole perspective of Sita was presented in a slightly different manner, and we did have certain doubts about whether it will be accepted well, and why are we raising questions instead of providing answers. So my whole life is about raising a question, and even if I don't get a question mark, as long as I get an exclamation mark, I'm happy. So my goal continues the same.
I think for all of us, raising questions and keeping our art relevant has been one of the foremost things. Forget this past 8 months, it's forever in our life. And that is what, ask a question, raise a question, innovate, grow. How are we going to do it? I think everybody will find a way forward to do it. Anybody has anything to say before we close this? And
at least it will keep the journey interesting, Prachi. We have things to do. How lucky we are.
And I think the very fact that all 6 of us are sitting around, not having ever spoken to each other, interacting about something that is so close to our hearts, I think this is the beauty of our current times.
Without having somebody telling us the nation wants to know. Yeah, I guess
art is a very, very personal journey, and as long as you remain true to yourself and whatever art means to you, as long as you keep that meaning between you and your art form, whatever be the form of expression, be it sitar, be it puppetry, be it theater, there is going to be growth in that, definitely. And what has probably happened for, I think I'm also assuming I'm speaking, everybody is of a similar age group as I am. as you grow a little bit older, you know, थोड़ी सी शांति भी आती है life में. You realize that you are doing something, but everything in life on a daily basis agenda नहीं होता है. You still make a point. You continue to make a point in your own rhythm, in your own way.
In fact, there's one thing that I always feel that that if you look at most of the art forms in our country, not just in our country, across the globe, you look at the old traditional art forms. They have survived thousands of years.
Correct.
Bandi is close to 10,000-year-old. Madhubani, goes back again. All these art forms have survived for hundreds of years without any promotion, without any marketing, without any without workshops, without anything. And there has to be something so special about these art forms. Let's question what has it. None of the artists, I mean, there's no artist or no particular, the current art forms will not, I don't think there's any artist who will survive for 10,000 years as these traditional art forms. They were an expression of a community. They were not an individual expression. Our art forms were always a expression of a community. And I also, when we do workshops with older children, so we often get into this discussion that what is it that has let these art forms survive for so many years? Because they were a part of our lives. That's
Question
why they were
again.
part of our daily lives.
A question again. Sanjay sir, you will be loving this discussion. There are questions everywhere.
I have one before we wrap.
So it's been my absolute pleasure to have collaborated with all of you as mentors, as teachers, as friends, as gurus in the past 8 months, and as partners in a creative process. And it's as art, for me, we have been pushing. I mean, for me, you can call me an aggregator. Getting all of you together to come and do e-commerce is not what we're doing, but yes, we are trying to get art under one platform, and it has been such a fabulous experience learning from each and every one of you on how to keep it relevant, how to keep it interesting, how do we keep it going. And yes, what is an everyday process? I have really learned so much. It's been an honor speaking to all of you, working with all of you, and we hope to continue doing it further. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, Prachi.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you
Pleasure
so
meeting
much.
all of you.
My namaskar to all of you.